You know, she was an angel of the gilded leaf. I'm talking about tobacco, of course. Yet her life was one of mystery. She was the heir of both the Reynolds tobacco fortune and Cannon Textiles. She was once dubbed the richest baby in the world. Behind me is her lovely home here in Mayview in Blowing Rock. It was called Far Horizons. Ann Cannon Reynolds was born in New York in 1930 to Father Zachary Smith Reynolds and Mother Ann Cannon. Her grandfather was R.J. Reynolds of Reynolds Tobacco. Much can and should be said about one of America's most interesting and impactful philanthropists. On her 21st birthday in 1951, she inherited a $9 million estate. Almost immediately, she wrote a letter to the trustees of the fledgling Blowing Rock Hospital offering a challenge grant of $30,000 to build and equip a new hospital. During the mid-1950s, at the urging of Dr. Charles Devant, Ann Reynolds Tate established college scholarships for deserving Blowing Rock students. For over 2 decades, 2 graduating seniors from Blowing Rock High School received a 4-year, all-expenses-paid scholarship to the college of their choice. For much of her life, Ann loved and owned thoroughbred horses and was a staunch supporter of the Blowing Rock Charity Horse Show. Her love of horses connected her to her first husband, Lloyd Patrick Tate, son of the founder of the Blowing Rock Horse Show. Together they had 2 sons, Zachary Tate and Jock Tate. In 1962, Ann married Dr. Harry Francis Forsyth, and they lived together in Winston-Salem and Blowing Rock. She served as president of both the Z. Smith Reynolds Foundation and the North Carolina Fund. In 1967, she established and funded the Ann C. Stouffer Foundation in honor of her mother. You know, in many ways, I think her lasting legacy will be as an educational activist and staunch advocate for racial equality and cultural diversity. Through the Stouffer Foundation alone, she placed 142 black students in 22 preparatory schools throughout the South. She hoped this would contribute to racial integration. As a founding member of the Awards Committee for Education, she helped send 700 black students to summer sessions at colleges and universities throughout the state of North Carolina. She was also a leading contributor to the North Carolina School of the Arts and the Penland School of Crafts. Upon her death in 2003, one of the college scholarship recipients from Blowing Rock, my brother, Dr. Thomas Buxton, had this to say, and I quote, "Mrs. Forsyth totally changed my life trajectory by providing the money to attend Wake Forest University. It's impossible for me to express my gratitude, but I will always remember her kindness and her desire to help the less fortunate." On a personal note, I met with Ann and Dr. Forsyth in their lovely Winston-Salem home in 1987. Ann and I talked about Blowing Rock back in the old days, and we had a great time visiting about the history of Blowing Rock. I explained to Ann that I was working on a project for Blowing Rock Centennial, a history that would be entitled A Village Tapestry, the History of Blowing Rock. I was there to try to solicit their support. She and Dr. Forsyth said, we'll think about it, we'll get back to you in a couple of days. Leaving Winston-Salem, I was not really sure if I would hear from her, but sure enough, 2 days later, she contacted to say that yes, she was going to support the project to the tune of a 6-figure amount. With that generous donation, we built Devant Field because we had to play baseball at the old horse show grounds in Blowing Rock. And so that was a great gift to the community and also a tribute to Dr. Devant. But we also worked on the hiking trails and other things in Blowing Rock to enhance our community. You know, I'll always feel personally connected to her. And I hope and believe she will be remembered as a great lady and one of Blowing Rock's most important philanthropists. I'll also remember her as my friend.